Hello, and welcome back to Insight to Invest. This is the channel where I give you insight into a company and you decide whether or not to invest. All right, so imagine you're a millionaire who already founded SiriusXM. Most people would retire and get a pina colada. But not Martine Rothblatt. She did something way more intense. When her daughter was diagnosed with a rare terminal lung disease, she didn't just donate to charity. She started a biotech company from scratch to save her life. Today, that company is United Therapeutics, ticker symbol UTHR, and they are doing some amazing things. This is easily one of the coolest origin stories in the stock market. Martine's daughter, Genesis, was told she had maybe 3 years to live, and that's Genesis on the left, by the way. Martine quit the satellite radio world and literally went on a hunt for a cure. She found a drug that a big pharma company had just left on the shelf. She bought it for $25,000 and turned it into a multi-billion-dollar business. That drug they left on the shelf was treprostinil, which they later rebranded to Remodulin. One of their main drugs and their cash cow right now is Tyvaso DPI. It's an absolute beast. It grows by itself 20% year over year. It is a dry powder inhaler used to treat pulmonary arterial hypertension associated with interstitial lung disease. And Genesis, as you can tell from that picture, she's in her 40s and she's doing great. But here's where things get weird. United Therapeutics realized that even with drugs, some people still just need a new lung. The problem? Not enough donors. So Martine's team said, fine, we'll just have to grow them. They're currently the world leaders in xenotransplantation, which is just a fancy word for gene editing pigs so their organs can work in humans. They've already successfully tested pig hearts and kidneys in humans. Oh, and they also deliver organs using custom-built drones. And this is just an example of one of those custom-built drones on the screen. Okay, now let's look at the company's financials. So this is their stock chart as of today. It is down quite a bit, about 2%. But despite that, this company is absolutely amazing. It's a massive business. For 2025, their operating income was around $1.5 billion and $1.3 billion in net profit. Most biotech companies are pre-revenue, which is just a nice way of saying they lose a lot of money. But United Therapeutics is a cash printing machine. Their price earnings growth ratio, or PEG ratio, which is the PE divided by the annual earnings per share growth rate, right now that sits at about 1.4. As a rule of thumb, under 1, the stock is potentially undervalued. You're paying less for each unit of growth. At around 1, which is where United Therapeutics currently sits, this stock is fairly valued. The market price matches the growth expectations. Now, if the PEG ratio is above 2, the stock may be overvalued or investors expect massive future growth that hasn't shown up in the earnings yet. They currently have a PE ratio as of today, since their stock is down, of about 17.69. The industry standard for pharma companies is usually around a PE of 20 or 20 times earnings. So they are undervalued as it pertains purely just to PE without considering their growth rate. And of course, they are appropriately valued when you factor in the PEG ratio. Most analysts think the fair value of United Therapeutics is actually somewhere around $530, which makes the current price of $466.86 a very good value. So the certain analysts believe that the current market is undervaluing the company at the current stock price. There's some analysis using the discounted cash flow model, which actually estimate the company to be worth $390, which coincidentally enough is the 50% retracement on a quarterly time frame as well. So if somehow the stock price got down to $390, I know personally I'll be adding more of this to my portfolio. That'll be my load the boat price, $390 per share. Of course, it's a long way away, but this stock has been going down recently, so it may move towards that price. But based on the PEG ratio and the PE, we could say that this company is either undervalued or appropriately valued based on the current stock price. But if it did get down to that 390, it's definitely a great place to buy to really load up. So, what do you think about United Therapeutics? Has great cash flow, appropriately valued or undervalued depending on which pricing model that you use. What do you think about the actual company? The fact that they genetically modify pigs in order to use their organs for human transplantation. Is that something that you could see yourself using if you, God forbid, needed to be transplanted with an organ? Let me know in the comments. If you appreciated this information, please like and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys in the next one.